Welcome back. So this was a pretty fun little game. Now, if you're a Wings fan and you're looking at the record and you're thinking, well, it could still end up being a long season. It could. The good news is this is a hardworking team. The Detroit Red Wings may not have the high end skill to be a contender and to win a bunch of games in a row, but the effort's there. And that's always the important thing is as long as the players are making the effort. The shots were 5-4 Wings 5 minutes into this game. They started off pretty well, pretty evenly matched. Merrill minus the stick, and Jenner shot high while Merrill was without his stick. Bertuzzi then had a chance that was denied, but then right off of a face-off, Rasmussen to Ryan. Ryan puts it in the net at 7 minutes, and yeah, it was just lightning fast, and it shows that Bobby Ryan is enjoying himself in Detroit, and he's determined to show that he's still got that scoring ability. Grice then stopped a chance by Foodie as the energy level picked up. Once we got that goal in the game, it felt like things opened up a little bit for both teams. Jones had a breakaway, which drew a penalty shot. He was then outweighted by Grice. Grice basically just takes the puck off of his stick, like, well, you're going to not take the shot. I'll just grab that. And so it stays 1-0. Nielsen then had a chance on a turnover that was kicked aside. So the Red Wings without Fabry today, being the big one that was missing. They were also without Ernie. So it gave Rasmussen and Nielsen a chance to be in the lineup. And both of them acquitted themselves well. There was a 2-on-1 by the Wings that was defended by Savard. Savard had a good game. It's always one of those things where any John Tortorella coach team, you're going to get a lot of shot blocks. You're going to get a ton of shot blocks. The Wings were in control of the puck through a lot of that first period. Corpusalo robbed Bertuzzi again. And then Grice made a save on Jones with 30 seconds left. So we come out of the first period and the Wings with a 1-0 lead. And they deserved the 1-0 lead. They had outplayed Columbus. Second period, it starts to turn. Savard takes a penalty. The Wings get a power play. They don't get any shots during that power play. Columbus with an excellent penalty kill there. Glendening misfired on a good chance that he had, and the shots remained 4-0 for Columbus 7 minutes into that second period. Columbus now with the puck control that Detroit had in that first period. The Wings did manage to press at 8 minutes. They got a couple of shots out of that, and they did pretty well in generating shots today. Again, it just feels like there's not enough players with that finish. That the high-end skill you're going to see when guys like Seider and Raymond make their debut, it's just not there for Detroit yet. Zadina's passing was one of those notable things for Detroit. So when you're looking for silver linings, Zadina looks very good to start the season. Momentum had shifted back to Detroit at that point, but there's no better momentum killer than a goal, and Columbus gets that. Bjorkstrand from Jenner and Del Zotto at 15-11. As I've been saying for Del Zotto, he scores, he gets points. He's just what he does. And so he's got another point today for Columbus. Grice made some saves as Columbus was pushing for the lead, and they had a much better period. By the end of the period, Detroit had still outshot them, but I thought it was a much better period for Columbus overall. So we go into the third period with a tie. Savard with more shot blocking early in the period. Bobby Ryan takes a penalty, so Columbus goes to the power play early in the third period. Grice denied Bemstrom after a really nice pass from Domi. Crossbar then for Columbus kept it at 1-1, but the momentum, right? It's one of those, you can feel it building. And eventually Texier with a really nice wraparound goal from Bjorkstrand at 5-10. And I can remember when wraparound goals weren't really a thing, and now they're relatively common again. So Texier with a nice one. That's his second of the year already. And then a minute and 16 seconds later, Dubois on a breakaway from beautiful pass by Grigorenko. He gets the goal. So that makes it 3-1. And at this point, Jeff Blashill calls for a timeout. And I agreed with calling the timeout at that point. They were down by 2. It's already tough to see them scoring 2 goals with 13 minutes left, but you got to kind of, chill them out and tell them, hey, here's what we got to do. We got to do this right. And honestly, it got better because the shots were 7-0 for Columbus 7 minutes into this period. And then Detroit started to turn things around. They started to generate opportunities. Nemesnikov would take a puck in the face. He gets a cut on the bridge of his nose. Could have been worse. Anytime a guy gets puck in the face, it's kind of one of those scary things. We have this discussion every season. It's here again. But yeah, Nemesnikov was okay. He'd stay in. Then Korpisalo snagged a chance by Larkin, and he robbed Bertuzzi after that as well. So Tyler Bertuzzi with a number of opportunities. He'll be seeing Korpisalo as he tries to go to sleep tonight every time he closes his eyes, because Korpisalo just robbed him of at least 2 goals, I would say. So Gavrikov then takes a penalty. The Wings really needed, I thought, to score on that power play. They needed to turn that momentum fully in their favor with a goal and put more pressure on Columbus. And then Stahl ends up hitting a post with an open net. Puck's passed over to him. The net's wide open, and he hit the post, and he wasn't too happy with himself as he left the ice. Understandably so. So they pull the goalie with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. Greiss was offering to come off the ice well before that, basically asking, "Do you want me to come off?" with about 4:20 left, and being told no. The Wings then had a goal that was waved off, and fights started after. These fights took players off the ice that Detroit would have wanted out there in the last minute. And then they go to a replay. The replay is automatic. You do not need to challenge in the last couple of minutes of the game. It's automatic. So they looked and they said, all right, so this puck was directed in by a Columbus player. I believe it was Korpisalo knocked it in himself. So they said, no, this is a good goal. So Mantha gets credit for the goal, even though to me it kind of looked like it hit Bobby Ryan on the helmet on the way in. But Mantha at this point is credited as the goal scorer from Hronek and Ryan at 19:03. And so the replay shows it's a good goal, and then the referee said Columbus cannot challenge. So I don't know if Tortorella tried to challenge that ruling, if he had some other idea for why it shouldn't have been a goal, but the referee immediately says, no, you can't challenge that. And so the puck drops. They did pull the goalie again. They were unable to tie it. But again, if you're a Detroit fan, they got close. The effort was there. When you look at the shots, they outshot them in every period. 13-8 in the first, 12-11 in the second, 12-10 in the third. Final shots 37-29. So you can look and say, well, it's Detroit, so we only scored 2 goals. Of course we did, and you can kind of get down about it. Or you can say, you know what? The chances are there. Bobby Ryan's had a good start. And, Bertuzzi had a ton of chances, just not going in for him. And this is not a season that Detroit's being viewed as a playoff team anyways, so you take the silver linings where you can get them. These teams play again tomorrow, so this should be a fun little battle tomorrow as Columbus, who are now 1-2, try to even their record, and Detroit try to avoid falling to 1-3 and even their record as well. Korpisalo saved 35 out of 37. Greiss saved 26 out of 29. Both goaltenders were really good in this. Columbus only had 1 power play. They didn't score on it. Detroit had 2 power plays. They didn't score on theirs. Really wasn't a factor in this game. It was a relatively clean game. The little bit of scrums that we saw there at the end of the game, understandable. We'll see if any of that spills into the next game. I doubt it. But, so we'll see them play each other again tomorrow. That should be fun. So that's 1 game down. We have the Boston and Islanders game starting in a little less than 2 hours from now, so I will review that one separately as well. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.